Are you struggling to find the perfect subject to paint? Stop searching. It's all about you. This simple watercolor exercise will change the way you see everyday objects. So get started and get inspiration and turn the ordinary subject into something magical. And I come across this particular object, a horse box, uh, in my society, and I found this is a great example for anyone to get inspired. If you look at this subject carefully, you will see the shape, you will see the shades, the variation of color, and the overall contrast, light, and depth. See, basically, we ignore all of this most of the time. But this is the opportunity for many of us to learn from our surrounding objects. And I'm bringing this particular subject today because a lot of people ignore this and they are spending so much of time finding the subject. And I'm getting a lot of question around that and how to find the subject, how to find the good subject to paint, all that. So, in this class, we are going to focus on this how a small subject nearby you can inspire you and can transform your watercolor skill. I request you to support me on Patreon to help me create more watercolor tutorials like this. Your support truly keeps this journey alive. As an artist, knowing that you believe in my work means everything. It's because of you that I can create more videos like this and continue sharing my passion. So please check that link I've given in the description, and thank you for your all support. If you want to learn, then you should have that mentality that it's a practice work, right? So I'm just making this box, very uh, quickly. I'm just making this box here, okay, and this is the horse box, uh, mostly for use uh, for fire department. If there is a fire, so they use this. In most of the society, you must have seen this particular object, right? So this is one, and keep it very simple. You are actually doing practice, right? So it's very important that you should be making this effortless work, okay, rather than making it so complicated. Okay, so let's do this very quick sketch, and there is just some rustic uh, thing there, okay, and inside there is the pipe, basically. I don't know what is it called, but that's the that's the place where those water pipes are basically rolled and kept it here. Okay, so this is the one, and now we have some lever and all. So this is where you operate this particular machine. So that's one roll. I think it's a lever where you make things, some technical stuff. Don't go all that. Just enjoy the process. The moment you'll start going in all understanding and learning stuff, a lot of things will be, but you know how does it work, why it is for. That's enough. Okay, and that's a very quick sketch, very quick drawing, and that's the. So what happens is, if you do something like this, you will also you're not just learning watercolor, but you are actually also practicing a sketch and composition, right? So this is this is so important for you to practice such kind of work, right? So this is one big pipe which goes here, right? Keep it very flat, all that, and it's good. And there are some more objects here and down. We are not giving a more focus on this. We are giving a more focus on our main subject. So this will be your ground and etc. So this is how basically it is. So this is your sketch, right? Now let's go for applying the color, and I'm just choosing the red color. Before that, you can most of the time you see like these colors are previously used. You can just mop that if you want. Okay, so I'll just quickly mop this. All right, that's all. Now let's go and see what happens is when you do certain kind of work, uh, there is a few thing happens. One is you are learning, you are actually not only finding a subject, but you are also getting very well versed with working with a very simple subject. These are very simple subject, right? You don't need to you don't need to find and struggle to find those subject. Okay, how it should be, from where I will get copyright, etc., etc. Right? You can just walk around your neighborhood, and you will find a lot many of them like this, right? So that's the reason I would suggest you to look at nearby, like all your surrounding. At your home itself, you'll have a lot more. And the purpose of creating this uh, tutorial is mainly about I'm getting a lot of query basically from many people saying that how to select the subject, what kind of a subject I should paint, and it's a never-ending subject. So I thought I should make something for you to understand. You really don't need a very fancy subject to work on, okay? Especially when you're when you're learning in that phase. All you have, all you need to do is just see around and start over, right? You don't need to search anything specifically, right? Now see, everywhere it's a red color, right? Now to bring some little more variation, I'll use a little ultramarine mixing with this. So let's say here, so you'll have some rustic feel also here in this, right? So all that you can do it here, and do it without second thought. that's that's the most important. uh, just think more. Just don't think what happened this, what will happen that, and all that. Stop thinking all that thing. Just keep doing it. Just keep do your work, and things will be in place by itself. A lot of things will be in place. Right? There are some other stuff here. So that I'm not giving it any more importance at this moment. Probably even when things will get dry, I will just put a little more effort there. But at this moment, I really don't want to put any effort there. I'll just put something here at this moment. Okay. Okay, let's quickly get into, so I have a lot of water here, so I need to mop that. Okay, so now we'll work on this part of the subject, and keep that in mind that we are practicing, and when you practice you have to practice in a way that you are learning something. Okay, so whatever you did previously you have learned, bring that. It's not just you are keep painting and ignoring whatever you have learned previously, whatever the learning happens. So keep that in mind. So here we have this lever, hydrants, all that. Very random, very uh, loose sort of thing. Okay, now you just make like this, whatever it is. you, whatever the way it is coming, just accept that, and just imagine if you create something like this in a everyday basis, your progress will be far more better. You will see you're actually improving, your work is improving, right? So these are pretty pretty much recommended for many of you to do certain kind of work, right? And when you do something like this, the, the first and foremost is you are not allowing yourself to just think on what is going to happen, how my end work will look like, etc. Nothing. I mean, just just paint it. Okay. So that mindset you should have. So this is your first layer. Possibly we'll add a little color here, a little depth here to make things a little contrast. Okay. Like this. So basically, you are not only working on the the subject, but also you are learning the the overall composition of this artwork, right? So, all right. So I think this is the time when you should let it dry, and we'll come back and we'll paint once that's dry. Okay, so this is dried, and now we can go ahead and do our magic here. The reason I'm just saying magic because this is the time when you are absolutely keeping yourself free. You have to keep yourself absolutely free to make a decision and apply color which actually brings the overall whatever you wanted to express in your painting. uh, like in this one you have this color, the shades are actually following this particular machineries, uh, so those things are actually be part of this lever or something, so those shadows has to come here. And it's important to, when you're doing certain kind of work, it's it's really important for you to be in that space where you'll feel, amaze yourself with your stroke, amaze yourself. I mean, I'm just repeating yourself, I'm myself. uh, when you do certain thing, amaze yourself. You say, hey, what? I mean, I'm just doing it. Wow. uh, how is it possible to make such a bold uh, such a bold stroke, right? And those are wonderful. Those strokes are wonderful. So there's a one stroke come here, it comes here, and it goes all over here. Okay. If it doesn't happen in a one time, try it again. But bring that, the effort of creating a depth. I mean, the brush strokes, something like this. Okay, this is something you need it in watercolor. It's needed because the moment you are going to paint a stroke like this, you will see you are actually transforming your ability to paint watercolor in that way. It's a great way to paint in that way. Okay, so now see, there is a light comes here, there is a little uh, seeds here. You see the differentiation, like there is a uh, there's a move I mean, there is a dimension coming out here, right? So make such kind of a statement with your strokes, brush strokes. This, I'm just repeating this here. Okay, and some depth here. You have to, just see what is the, you can just analyze yourself only, know how we can bring the confidence in your artwork. Okay, this is important, how you can bring the confidence. All right, so leave it as of now. uh, let's come to this part. So now we do the same thing here. This guy, just put a little, some nuts and screws, so that we just need to carefully just pour that color in those area. Okay, but whatever you're doing, as you can see here, I'm doing with a full confidence that whatever it comes, I'm going to embrace this. uh, whatever it comes, it's good, bad, ugly, everything is fine for me. uh, and that mindset is important. And that's exactly, I'm just trying to tell you in most of my videos, that watercolor needs it. That demands this approach. Okay, so Now you here, there is some texture, some seeds, so that you're actually bringing here. And let's pour it here. A little here, some patches. And now let's go back to, I'll just change my brush. So let's work on this. The reason I just changed my brush because now we are going to paint this side of the work, uh, and those objects are a little smaller, so it's good practice to have a smaller, so there's a something, just need to give an impression that okay, this is the thing. Think like this, and some minor detail here and there. I mean, if you want to make it on a very detailed level, you can just do that. But I would, I would suggest to just keep yourself absolutely simple. Just look at your brush. The only thing what I'm just doing here is I'm applying depth and light. That's all. I'm just doing it here. Some dry technique. Now I don't, almost I have a little color. So just a little bit of work here. We just need to say that what exactly this object is. And the moment you'll get that, the moment you feel like, okay, I mean, almost it's looks like, okay, it's there, you'll stop yourself. So far, that's the a little work here and there. I know sometimes you'll go crazy. You'll say, "Oh my God! I mean, this is super problematic for me. It's there's a lot of work, but actually, it is not a lot of work. It is just a some bit of texture here and there, some bit of depth and light here and there. That's all it is. And I just showed you, right, how you can just do it. Now here we have okay, so we're almost there. I mean, we reached. So just imagine. I mean, it's so fun, man. Truly, it's a fun to do certain kind of work where you see, okay, there is a lot of work, but actually it is not. It's not a lot of work. uh, and you will see. I mean, you'll be amazed yourself if you'll just do something like this, and you'll find some of the patch, some of the strokes you have made. That's really beautiful. It brings immense value to your artwork. You'll not even realize that, okay, I mean, how it's been done later on when you see. Uh, but those are those are a perfect moment. Those are perfect work, which you will realize at the end of work whenever you're working something like this. Okay, so yeah, let's work on this part now. Um, we just make color into it. So we are just making a little depth, and we are also leaving a white, having a small amount of roundness in the edges. It's fun. I mean, I know. I mean, I can just feel that how how interesting it is working on something like this, and imagine that if we work something like this, uh, how where we will be, where our work will be. All it needs is your sincere effort. Okay, that's the only catch here. Your effort, your practice. Effort means your your practice, how you're going to practice this, right? So there is a lot of some depth came here. So beautiful. I like it. Okay. So you just need to negotiate and see how things are. You can make it. One more thing I just wanted to point out here. You can also make it a little detailed sort of work. It all depends on what kind of the personality you want to give in your artwork. Is it kind of just an impression, or it's just a detailed work, whatever. So that you just need to figure that out, what kind of approach you wanted to have in your artwork. Okay, so I think let it dry, and once it's dry, we'll be finalize this artwork. Okay, so we can just do some little work here, and then we are done. So the first thing is we just need to work here at this area where we are just giving us some depth to things to come out here. So it will be just emerged. Things will get emerged uh, from this, right? So here we have a little depth. I'm mixing burnt sienna with ultramarine blue, and now I see things are basically emerging. It will start emerging. Things will get clear because you are giving a lot of depth here. The pigments are pretty much dark, right? So here we go. And some. So now mostly this will be a shades basically. The the light is actually coming from this side. Most of the things will be darker at this point. This side. So bringing the depth is always fun. So this is the area where we have all the shades here coming here at better depth here. I'm just still working with ultramarine blue and burnt sienna here to bring that everything together, and you'll see things are actually popping up. Right, so you have a light depth, and you have to make a lot of practice like this. That's the key thing why we having this one. So a lot of depth here comes here into the subject. And sometimes you just scratch it here somewhere. So we are almost done. This is some bit of work like this. Okay. And we also, if you want, you can make this a little bit rustic feel here. Like this. And we are good. So I'm all I want to say through this painting is there are a lot of opportunities for us to learn from our surrounding. A lot of areas where we can just learn how the shades work, how the light and depth we can just work around, and be something like this. You don't need to be perfect, and I don't mean to. I mean, we can create a much better things, but at the point when you wanted to come and do certain things, you can just do it. But at this moment, when you try to practice something like this, you just need to be absolutely, leaving your all expectation, letting go all the imperfection or imperfection. Just don't forget. Just don't think all of that. Just keep creating something like this, and you'll see the how actually you're changing your your work is basically improving day by day. So do certain things in every day, and you will see some amazing result. So thank you so much, everyone. I hope you got something from this. I want you to check my Patreon membership, where you will learn more about watercolor. You will see in the next level. You'll see many watercolor tutorials, my tired benefits. There's a lot of activity happens, and join my Patreon community. I have a very strong community in my Patreon membership, so please check that out. And you can also watch some of my tutorial for free, so you can join as a free member and you can enjoy that. So thank you so much. I'll be coming with a new video very soon. Till then, take care and keep creating.